Good morning, students. Previously, we had completed the first half part of the poem A Thing of Beauty by John Keats. Let us continue with the text. Now, here, children, the text is such. I am just recapitulating what we have completed. I'm reading the text and then I will start where we have to start the lesson today. We have completed this much. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quite for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow, are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth? In spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth, of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and overdarkened ways made for our searchings? Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. This much we have completed. All of you here, just listen, children. Today we are starting with the in continuation with the line. Now let me tell you, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. Now the poet mentions some of the things whose beauty is eternal, like the sun, moon, greenery, like trees, whose shade is a boon for creatures, like the sheep to rest under it. So the poet says that these objects of nature are very beautiful. And then further he says, and such are daffodils with the green world they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make gauge the hot seasons. Now what is a daffodil? Daffodil is a yellow bell-shaped flower. The poet mentions that the daffodils are very beautiful and with the green world they live in. We see all greenery around. And clear rills. Clear transparent rills means small streams, rills. Gauge the hot season. So what is the idea here? The idea here is that as the flowers, the greenery, the small streams, they give us relief. When we look at them, we feel happy. In the hot season, when we turn our face towards them, we feel thrilled, happy to enjoy the greenery and the streams, the waterfalls, the rivers. We enjoy it. So also the poet says that the beautiful objects of nature gives relief to a person when he is sad. Now here various flowers like daffodils make the earth so green and lively, and rivers full of clear water cool everyone in the summer. Again I have repeated the same thing. Now let us continue. The mid-forest brake, rich with the sprinkling of fair musk rose bloom. The poet says that the thick green bushes of the forest fern bear beautiful musk roses bloom. And such too is the grandeur of dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. All lovely tales that we have heard or read. What does the poet say? That other than these things of nature, the poet says that the stories of brave men who sacrifice their lives are also beautiful. And an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring unto us from the heaven spring. All these beautiful things are like nectar for us, God's gift to us, which help us to live further on the earth. So some important words, again I repeat, when I was taking I have already mentioned to you, given you the meaning of all the words. But again, I repeat for you the recapitulation from recapitulation point of view. Bower means a pleasant shade under trees or climbing plants. Morrow means the following day, means the next day. Wreathing means covering or to encircle. Spite means desire to offend or anyone's annoy someone. Despondence means disheartened, hopelessness. Noble, pal, spirits, sprouting. So, noble means of superior quality, having high moral principles. Pal means a cloud, here a dark cloud of gloom and sadness. Basically, pal means covering also. Spirits means the soul where lie our emotions and characters. The character sprouting means to develop suddenly in large number. Shady moon, a shade which is helpful to someone. Rills means streams of running water. Covert, not openly known or displayed. Grandeur, so as to impress. Doom's last day of existence. Immortal, living forever. Heaven's brink means the door of God's home. So, I hope children you have understood the poem and the word meaning we have discussed. Here the poet says that all beautifuls, once again I am summing up children what we have taken. Once again I am summing up the second half, the explanation of second half what we have taken. That the all beautiful things are boon for humanity. The sun, moon, old and young trees provide us shady shelter. It is a boon for simple sheep. Daffodil flowers are shelter of thicket, are blooming among the green surrounding, and small streams with transparent water make a cooling shelter of thicket. They protect themselves from the hot season. Brakes are growing in the middle of the forest. They have been made more beautiful and grand by a sprinkling of blooming musk rose. The magnificence and beauty surpasses grandeur of the dome that we have imagined for our mighty dead forefathers. This beauty excels any other, as we have heard or read in our lovely tales. The beauty of nature sprouts from a heavenly fountain. It pours into our heart heavenly bliss of nature, which is like immortal nectar. I hope children it is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Thank you.